What's up, y'all? Mark Henry here. So, kind of a crappy start to a video, but behind me are two sprint cars. You can't see the other ones out of camera, but I'll show you here in a little bit. I went out, tested this car, first time ever. Did probably like close to 50 laps, and kind of the last session out, pushed a little too hard, biked it up on the cushion, and it was all history. Car went in the wall, took the front end out of it, and now I am stuck with a crash race car. But unfortunately, or fortunately, my buddy Stan, which is the owner of Gas Chassis, has a brand new chassis, and I bought it. So it's gonna be kind of a little video series of, you know, what it takes to put a sprint car together. So, but, oh, I almost dropped the GoPro. So anyway, this is the Triple X that I totaled. It's kind of hard to see, but front end is pushed over probably about 3-4 inches. So destroyed the front axle, all the arms destroyed, but relatively pretty good. Didn't really hurt the tail tank too much. The rear end looks solid. Obviously tore up the Jacob's ladder, little light scuffs and scrapes on this unit, but main thing is this front end. So plan to kind of pull this thing back straight and then cut the torsion rack out, new panhard bar, and go from there with it. But until then, we are going to be putting this one together. So this is a brand new Gas Chassis sprint car. This one's a true non-wing car. That one's a raised rail. So pretty nice welds going on it. So I'm gonna be putting this one together and do a little video series on it. Just what it takes. So do a little video montage of putting this thing together and have fun with it. So anyway, we'll throw it up on the shoot, what are we gonna call that? The time lapse. We'll throw it up on a time lapse, and you know what? It's gonna be all right. Things happen. Race cars get crashed. The unfortunate thing about sprint cars is they crash, which sucks. And worst part is my first time, but we'll get it handled and back out there. So I think first order of business on this thing will be taking body panels off, and I'm gonna kind of Scotch-Brite and take WD-40 to the whole car and get it all cleaned up and get the motor plate in tonight. See what else I can get going, then I'll start taking everything off this car to put on this car. So anyway. Got the body off and I started Scotch-Brite. I got half of it done, and boy, it did not look like it had that much surface rust on it, but there was quite a bit. But I got one half done, and you can't really tell, but woo! So that's what I was cleaning up there. That tube's all clean. So then sat here taking brake clean to the chassis, because Stan left his speed notes on there, and you know, can't let them speed secrets get out. So anyway, I'm gonna continue jamming out on it, see how far I get tonight. And yeah, well, look, more Stan's speed secrets. They're everywhere. So definitely gonna be erasing those, you know, almost every race I'll find one. So pretty dialed, looking at the tape here. So it's sticky on it. So I'm gonna get that off, but clean it up nice. So I don't think I am not going to powder cut this chassis, because anytime I've ever painted or powder cut a chassis, yeah, they get wrecked. So definitely gonna keep that one bare and just coat it with WD and call it a day. So anyway, go back to the action. It ain't perfect, but most of it's done. I'll probably work on it a little bit more because there's a couple spots I missed. But you're gonna let that WD-40 sink into the metal, kind of loosen the particulates up, and I'll get back over with Scotch-Brite and be good as new. But she came out all right. So, but gonna hopefully try to stay up on it, like just updates on the car and what it takes, you know. So hopefully everything else minus the front end that comes off this car is solid. It don't look too bad. So I mean, like the rear end's solid and still locks in, and I think the drive shaft's still in it too. So, but I'll definitely kind of go in depth a little bit towards the end of this video on kind of everything that happened, and kind of post a video of me flying in the air. So, but anyway, I'm gonna kind of finished up for today. So I don't even know what time it is, but anyway, so I'm gonna grab the rest of the parts out of my truck and maybe mock up the engine plate. But I want to use these bolts because these are all titaniums. So I think next up tomorrow I'll be yanking this thing out, and everything else, maybe I think it'd be smartest to process, you know, just one piece at a time. I mean, obviously I gotta order some parts, but be good. I'll get there. Just money. All right. Yeah, I think I'm done for tonight. But check this motor plate out. This thing is sick. All the milling on it. Thing's freaking gorgeous. So that's the rear motor plate. The front one's pretty cool too. So I know I should hold the camera up right. So yeah, I'll slowly get to it. But I'm gonna call it a night. Edit this video. I'm gonna try to get this one out tonight. Today's 31st of May. So first time like I've actually pulled anything off any of these cars and started working on them. So gonna definitely get on it. Try to get to that June 24th race. So it's at Bakersfield. So anyway, and then I'll get into what took place on Wednesday practice night, because that's just wild, crazy, just things were right, things went wrong. So anyway. All right, so let's get into what happened on Wednesday. So we'll start from the very beginning of the day. I happened to be working up in Fresno. I've been up there for like the past 8 months on the solar site working as a mechanic. And ended up finishing up early, drove home, grabbed the truck and trailer and took off, went to Paris for my test session. Get there, Shane showed up first, then I showed up, then Trent showed up. Trent and I jumped on the car, set all the pop-offs on the pill holders, got it all right. Went, fired, warmed the car up, everything sounded good, great. Go out, do one session, and it was just kind of filling it out. I was wearing my arm restraints, and I kept getting caught up on the wheels, so took those off. Went out for the next one, like the next session. The car ended up dying. Yeah, so it died on the second one. Ended up dying, popped off a fuel line, fixed that. Went back out for like another session. Drove super good, smooth, kind of filling the car out more, getting a little better on the throttle response, and then steering I was pretty darty on. So then they brought it back in, changed some stuff, and went back out for another session. Drove super good throttle control, smooth on the steering, was actually pretty fast, and I wasn't really pushing it, like I was just really comfortable in the car. And that was pretty much it. And then the last session, which we never really said, because you know how you're saying like never go out again if you say, okay, there's one more time. We never said that, so I go out, push off, go around the track a couple times. Well, should have brought it in after what happened was I was coming in, midway through the corner, the car got really tight. Kind of lost control of it, but gathered it back up. Took a quick little sight lap, kind of calmed down, then got back into it. While I came into turn 3, just going too fast for a test session. Came up on the cushion, chopped the throttle, hit the cushion, car biked up, and it was pretty much just history from there. Went flying into the fence and landed down, and was pretty devastating because this is like first time out. Really, like one of the, like this car is like really nice, this Triple X, like full carbon body. Destroyed the carbon body, like tore up, front end's totaled, and I'm just sitting there just like, car's just done. But that's sprint car racing, and you gotta learn one way. Expensive lesson, but definitely won't say it won't be my last time doing it, but I hope it's my last time doing it. So when I get back in this thing, I'm kind of got things figured out. Me and Trent talked about just everything that kind of happened and what we want to do next time, what we want to do better. So next time out, be a lot better. So anyway, I'll post the video at the end of this, and I'll keep you updated on the sprint car build behind me, and catch you later.